Good to be here. Thank you. It's Bank Holiday Sunday, and I'm in Portsmouth. I start all my shows like that, because these days, with my audiences, they want to know what day it is and where they are. And I said I'd never do a festival. I did Glastonbury about 7 years ago, and the whole audience was on marijuana. Yeah, and they didn't start laughing till they got home. So, all that drugs things, I mean, like, years ago, when I did sort of shows and festivals, you used to have these riders for what you wanted for backstage, you know, and it was, years ago, it was uppers, downers, wacky, backy, Newcastle Brown. Now, it's deep heat, Gaviscon, and a bath with a door in it. I don't do drugs anymore. I find that standing up very quickly gives me pretty much the same effect. And I mean, I'm getting old, okay, and I know I'm getting old because all these bands are on, I've never bloody heard of them. And that's right. And because, like, as you're getting older, I always say you get to 50 and everything's bloody downhill, you know. And it's all except for wisdom. I am now very wise, yes. And but I tell you what, you give me the body of a 25-year-old, I'll be as happy to be as thick as pig shit. And all that drugs. I mean, as you get older, you do stupid things, you know. And I was playing golf about 3 weeks ago, and there's about 12 of us on the tee, and the old mate Frank gets up, and he's just about to hit the ball, and I'm saying, Frank. He said, what? I said, what's that in your ear? You what? I said, what's that in your ear? He said, it's a suppository. I said, well, where's your hearing aid? I actually went, where's your hearing aid? And as you get older as well. Oh, bloody hell, there's a big bad. No, all sorts of things change, you know. And I've got into drugs. And then also technology. I just do not know how technology works. I have finally, after all these years, right, learned how to fax. And nobody knows what the bloody hell I'm on about. And selfies. These selfies have thrown me for years. People come up and say, can I have a selfie? And I'm thrown because, like, see, in my day and age, a selfie was something entirely different. And it didn't involve the family. And people come up and say, can I have a selfie? I'm thinking, well, it's your eyesight. Stupid. Oh, I could go on forever about bloody getting old. But I was, it's also, things start to with the technology thing. Like, I was on eBay. Right? And it's that alphabetical order, you know, it's all on the left-hand side. And at the top is autographs. And I thought, oh. So I typed in Jasper Carrott, and this signed photo of myself came. Starting price, 99p. 3 minutes to go, no bids. So I bought it for 50 quid. And Oh, that eBay is a real scam. I saw this advert, penis enlarger, £95. I ordered one. They sent me a magnifying glass. And I was in, and again, check, no, I was in Boots the chemist, and I was buying a tube of Preparation H. It's a hemorrhoid cream. I was buying it for a mate. And I got the carton, and there was all this bloody gump from the carton, I just on and on and on and on, and then right at the end it said, follow us on Facebook. I had a go. I don't know what I did, but I've got 300 new friends now. They've all got piles. And as you get older, you have to start dealing with things that you're not used to. But I mean, your body just stops working properly, you know. And because you have to think, like, things go wrong, like your prostate, okay. And as you get older, if you're over 65, go and get your prostate checked. It's not very pleasant, because you have to go in and you get these bloody proctologists, and you walk in and they love it when you go in. They've got their big smirk on their face, you know, they're putting the rubber gloves on really slowly. You're thinking, oh, please check my larynx before the rectum. And then you have to drop your trousers and bend over, and then you feel his hands on your shoulders. I've never been so glad to have a camera shoved up my arse in all my life. And it's so embarrassing, it's not just the cameras, it's the sound crew. And you have problems, you've got to watch your weight, you know. And after Christmas, last year after Christmas, I put on a bit of weight. And I thought, like, well, how can I get over this, you know? And there was a local gym, and they had this special offer, 15 lessons for the price of 10. I thought, that will do me. And I signed up, and I went twice. I bloody sprained my ankle, bloody bust my shoulders up. It worked. I lost 700 pounds. And then a bloke said to me, why don't you try yoga? What for? And he said, to lose weight. I went, yoga? I said, yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll try it. Okay. So I live in Birmingham, and we've got this thing called the yoga spa. So I thought, okay. So I booked into the yoga spa, and it was very nice. It was all very modern, and I walked in, and get this, the receptionist was sitting on the desk with her feet either side of her head. So I got my credit card out. Let me do the bloody joke first. I was going to say, where can I swipe this? But it's pointless now, isn't it? So she said, can I help you? I said, yeah, I wouldn't mind trying this yoga lark. She said, oh, good choice. Are you familiar with Kundalini? I said, I think I've had it with Rogan Josh or something, you know. She said, no, it's a form of yoga. It's for the elderly. I nearly punched the lights out. And she got up, she came around, she stood there, and she said, we start off very gently by bending over from the waist. We bend all the way over from the waist, keeping our legs straight, and then you tuck your hands underneath your feet and breathe heavily. I said, if I could do that, I would be in porno movies. And anyway, she got there, and she got round, and I tried it, and she said, this is very good for your prostate. And I'm like, yes, in that position, I can see the bloody thing. And of course, you get things like with prostate. There's a place called Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, and I had to go there a couple of years back to have my prostate checked, and it was during COVID. And of course I got there was absolute chaos at the hospital. Thousands of people. You didn't know what the bloody hell you're doing. And I got there and they stuck me in this cubicle. I was there for about 2 hours just doing sod all. And then there was no proctologist. They sent these 2 nurses in to do the business with the camera. And they were about 16 years old. And I went, can I help? They said, yes, we've come to do you. I went, they said, oh, shut up, get your trousers off. So I had to let them get on with it. And when they finished, I started to panic. You know, two 16-year-old girls, I'm standing there with the bloody trousers around my ankle. And you've got to remember, hey, I'm an entertainer from the 70s. I'm going to get home, there'll be a bloody ring of police around the house, helicopters doing everything. And suddenly I'm sharing a cell with Gary Glitter. And everything goes. Baldness, that's something else, see? I lost my hair, well I didn't lose it, I know where it is. Well you don't, well, it stops falling out, it starts to grow inward and it comes out your bloody nose and your ears and stuff. Yeah, and so a woman said to me, why don't you have your head tattooed? What with? She said, hair. She said, I've had my eyebrows done, can you tell? I said, yes. I'm not risking that, knowing my luck, I'll end up with a bloody comb over, you know. And somebody said, why don't you wear a wig? Oh, I just love wigs. If you're wearing one, I'm not getting at you, you know. Well, it's just well, it's not. You see a bloke walking down the street, you know, with a bald head, you don't take it blinded and notice he sticks a rug on top of his head, and everybody's going, look at that! You can see the straps coming down the side. I've always wondered, if a bloke wears a wig, this is serious, if a bloke wears a wig, and he has an intimate relationship with a woman, at what stage of the relationship does he let on that it's a syrup? It's going to have to be right. It's going to have to be a very intimate dinner for two at a posh restaurant with candles and champagne and chocolates, and he'll be saying, Marjorie, I have a very deep-seated secret to reveal to you tonight. Ooh. What's that, Wiggy? Or maybe the relationship has got hot and passionate, they're ruffling and tumbling in bed, he ducks under the sheets with a full head of hair, and comes out 10 minutes later looking like Harry Hill. And she's going, whoa! I'll have to get the bikini line waxed again. All the problems are getting old. And holidays, there's something else. And that all changes because, I mean, it's just, flying used to be part and parcel of the holiday, but now it's a bloody nightmare. And I was on Ryanair a couple of months ago. Yeah, Ryanair. And we were flying to Benidorm, and we'd been in the air about 20 minutes, and the pilot came on, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, one of the passengers is not too well. Have we got a doctor on board? A doctor on Ryanair? You don't get that quality of passenger on Ryanair. Passengers on Ryanair walk up and down the aisle asking for loose change. You can buy the big issue on Ryanair. And of course there wasn't a bloody doctor on board. And then he said, well, is there anybody with any nursing experience? No. Then he was, has anybody on board ever worked for Boots the chemist?
You're right.
And airports drive me mad. It's like, you go to airports now, and you've got to deal with all those bloody trolleys, those passenger trolleys, you know? Crammed full of people with, you know, and sitting amongst bloody crutches and walking sticks, and they look down at you as you've just bloody crawled out of a dog's arse. And all these passenger trolleys are driven by Jesus. Yeah? Because when the passenger trolley gets to the plane, everybody gets off and miraculously run up the stairs. And